KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
As Governor Greg Abbott defends the new abortion law in Texas, some nonprofit organizations who work with victims of domestic violence and survivors of sexual assault believe communities will start to see negative consequences of the legislation.
That law, as you know, bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy and does not provide exceptions for cases of rape or incest. Tiffany Huertas reports on how this will impact some organizations helping women.
Men and women should have rights to control what happens to our own body.
Patricia Castillo says Texas' new abortion law is leaving victims of physical and sexual assault with no options. Castillo is the executive director of the local nonprofit, the Peace Initiative. They provide assistance to victims of domestic violence.
We're going to pay way more in all kinds of ways to having, wounded people walking around with lack of resources, with an inability to take care of themselves. We also, have to think about bringing children into a space where they're not wanted, they're not loved, they're not, the risk is they're not going to be taken care of as they should be.
It is something that takes, a choice and the power away from a woman, in particular for survivors of rape and incest.
Rose Luna is with the Texas Association Against Sexual Assault. They provide training and technical assistance to rape crisis centers, law enforcement, and medical professionals.
So services like the rape crisis centers, they're worried that they will no longer be permitted to provide the kind of survivor-centered supports and empowerment that is best practice for advocacy.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
New at 6, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar is fed up after he says 2 of his deputies were shot at this morning. He claims violent crime is on the rise, and the possibility of losing 12 positions within his department has him frustrated. Erica Hernandez with that story.
2 men are in custody after allegedly firing multiple shots at Bexar County deputies early this morning. Sheriff Javier Salazar said luckily neither of them were injured, but he's not happy with the current situation he's dealing with.
There's more weapons on the street, is what we've been saying. There's more weapons out there on the street. There's readily available weapons to these criminals, and these criminals are getting more violent.
While the sheriff claims there's a rise in violent crime, they did not provide those stats to us when we requested them today. But we do know that as the population has gone up, the number of deputies has not. Salazar says this is why the county shouldn't be trying to take 12 positions from his department.
People are trying to shrink my agency, and it boggles the mind why you would try to shrink the law enforcement agency that's responsible for the largest landmass in the county.
On September 2nd, the sheriff sent this letter to the commissioner's court stating, quote, "I implore you to not support this effort to defund my agency and jeopardize the public safety of our citizens." The decision to move those 12 positions is not final, and Salazar is hopeful that public safety will be put first.
We invest in infrastructure all the time. Why don't we invest a little bit in public safety?
We reached out to the county for comment on this issue, but we were told Judge Wolf would not be commenting today since the budget process is still ongoing. In fact, there is a meeting that will be held tomorrow to further discuss it. At the Bexar County Courthouse, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
New at 6, San Antonio police looking for a robbery suspect tonight. They say assaulted a dollar store employee during a robbery. It happened last night at the Dollar General in the 1500 block of Aurelia. According to investigators, the suspect grabbed bottles of laundry detergent and walked toward the door. That's when an employee tried to stop her. Police say the suspect used physical force against that clerk, injuring them. She then left and was seen leaving in the car that you see on your screen there. Anyone with information on who this might be, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at number 210-224-STOP.
A puzzling discovery has left city workers looking for some answers. Last night, while contractors were digging on the northwest side, they unearthed what looked to be caskets. The crew was digging to put cables underground near Prue Road in Casino Spring. An SAPD officer who arrived shortly after this discovery did not find any remains or detect any foul odors coming from inside the structures. SAPD officials say they're not sure what the objects are, but they are treating them as debris on the side of the road for now.
$100 HEB gift cards are the city's latest attempt to convince unvaccinated residents to finally get the jab. City Council approving using $1 million of federal grant money to buy up to 10,000 gift cards. Metro Health hopes to roll them out later this month, but not everyone will get one. They are only for those who complete their vaccinations at a Metro Health site, and they must have started that vaccination process after July 31st. So if you were fully or partially vaccinated by then, you're out of luck.
This is really for those who are on the fence, who wonder whether or not they need to complete their vaccination series. We have been reporting more and more about breakthrough infections, so we appreciate the funder for supporting this.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg, whose wife works at HEB, abstained from voting today. District 8 Councilman Manny Pelaez was the only one to vote against it. He raised concerns about the ethics of paying people to get vaccinated, worrying whether it would make vaccine doubters even more skeptical about the risk.
A new study conducted right here in San Antonio looked at what makes one person more likely to have a severe COVID-19 infection over another. That's been a confusing part of this pandemic. Some COVID patients have little or no symptoms at all, while others are dying from the illness. So why? Today, I talked with two doctors, part of a team that set out to try to answer that question. And what they found could have implications well beyond COVID. It all has to do with paying attention to our immune systems before there's a problem.
In order for us to understand who was very sick, we needed to understand why people were not that sick.
The study looked at 522 COVID-19 patients at the local VA hospital, a joint effort between the South Texas Veterans Healthcare System and UT Health San Antonio. They measured a patient's immune system, looking at certain kinds of T cells that fight infection and genetic markers unique to that person. The immune system was given a score, 1 through 4, 1 being the best, 4 the worst.
What we found was their baseline score, so however they presented on day one, prognosticated what would happen 30 days later, 90 days later in terms of their survival or other complications.
It's a concept called immunologic resilience, basically how strong an immune system someone has.
Yet, if you went to your doc and you said, something's wrong with my blood pressure, you can measure it. You said, how's my immune system? How's my immune health? There would be nothing to measure that with at this point.
Women had better immunologic resilience than men in the study, and age was not always a determining factor.
We have seen people 18 years old doing very poorly. So our immune system was bad on 18 years old. And we have seen people 80 years old that have done great.
The study points to the idea that some of us have weaker immune systems than others for a variety of reasons. And if we could gauge our immune health before there's a problem, we could know who is more susceptible to illness. And in the case of COVID, who among us needs to take more precautions.
I think that's really the way to personalize medicine.
So how do you boost your immune system? You've heard about things like vitamin C or zinc, but Dr. Lee told me today if you don't have a deficiency in something like that, taking a supplement doesn't do much good. That's where testing the immune system would come in. They did find, however, that people's immune system scores could rebound after a COVID infection.
Well, this evening, looking at some issues on Loop 410 on the north side. This is Loop 410 at San Pedro, very close to the airport. You see the slow traffic there this afternoon into the evening, so watch out for that. Also, looking at a situation here. This is the wide view. I thought I skipped that, but this is a little east there going toward 35 eastbound. There was a crash at Perrin Vital. That's causing a slowdown. Also a crash reported there at Starcrest. Let's go to the other side of Loop 410 now. This is a crash at Loop 410 and West Military Drive. That's heading northbound as you were on Loop 410 just north of State Highway 151. So let's take a look back at the north side here, how that's impacting your travel times. 9 minutes between 35 and 281, 11 minutes between 281 and I-10. Tim and Myra.
Thank you, Samuel. Taking a live look outside with Sky 12. There's a kind of a concert going on tonight, a big one, I'm told. Harry Styles has sold out the AT&T Center, and there are a bunch of people standing out there in the heat waiting to get inside.
Yeah, at least they're heading inside. Not going to be out there all evening, Adam.
Bunch of people or a bunch of teenagers, Tim?
Well,
or tweens,
young girls
right?
screaming, and they're probably sweating like crazy.
Yes, they don't care. It's worth it to them. Got to go see Harry Styles. Wait, that's who it is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but have fun.
Oh, come on, Tim. You've heard of him before.
I've heard the name, but haven't heard a song.
You have, what, a 12-year-old daughter? You've heard of him.
I don't listen to her music.
Best response right there. That's all I could ask for. Oh, Tim Gerber, we love you. All right, 97 degrees. That was our high temperature today. But here's the key. Our morning low, 68. That's the coolest reading we've had in San Antonio since June 5th. So it's been about 3 months. And elsewhere across our area, we had temperatures mostly in the 60s this morning. Uvalde started at 67 along with Pleasanton and Gonzales. Kerrville, Fredericksburg, 61 earlier today. We're going to continue this trend for the next few mornings. Right now we're at 95. But temperatures will be falling off pretty quickly. 90 in Helotes, 93 Rio Medina for the most part. We're well in the 90s, still triple digits farther west of town. Tomorrow, back into the mid 60s for most of us, lower 60s in the hill country to start the day. We'll talk about the afternoons and updated rain chances coming up.
Time now for an update from the city and the county on COVID-19 in our community. We heard about the effort to get more people vaccinated, what the city is planning on doing. They're hoping those numbers continue to go up, while our positivity rate has showed signs that it continues to decline.
With Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf. We're joined tonight by our Metro Health Director, Claude Jacob, and this is our COVID-19 update for the San Antonio community. Tonight we are reporting 953 new cases of COVID-19, so our 7-day moving average is now 983. We're very thankful that has now dipped below 1,000. Want to keep that going in the right direction. Sadly, we are reporting 21 new deaths this evening. We've lost a total of 4,017 friends, neighbors, loved ones to this virus. These are folks that we miss dearly, and so please keep their friends and family in your prayers this evening. Over in our hospitals, we're starting to see a little bit of light through the clouds. 1,159 patients in area hospitals tonight with COVID-19. There were 143 new admissions in the last 24 hours, 365 patients in ICU, and 260 on ventilators. These numbers are still quite high, but they are now trending in the right direction. Please note, 85% of patients in area hospitals are unvaccinated, and tonight there are 25 patients who are children with COVID-19 in area hospitals. In terms of vaccinations, at this time there are 1.1 million Bexar County residents who are fully vaccinated, and 1.4 million residents have received at least one dose. We still have quite a ways to go to reach herd immunity, nowhere near that mark, so we need to continue to get those vaccination numbers up. If you're eligible, go get a vaccine. During today's council session, I do want to note City Council approved the purchase of $1 million worth of gift cards from HEB for Metro Health's COVID-19 vaccination incentive program. And Claude Jacob is here tonight to talk a little bit about that before we go to questions. Metro Health did receive approval to use federal money from the Immunizations COVID-19 Round 4 grant fund. And so the city of San Antonio will offer those gift cards starting at the end of September as parts of an effort to increase our vaccination numbers here in Bexar County. So again, Claude will go over that in just a moment. But first, let me turn it over to Judge Wolf.
Yeah, I'm getting more confident we're heading in the right direction. And we dropped another 35 yesterday in the hospital. If you begin to look at that line, it's sort of following when we've had other surges, it's starting to follow it down on the hospitals. I think a good deal of the credit should go to the fusion center that we've got. I think we're around 3,000 people now that have gone out there and had the infusion of Regeneron or the other monoclonal antibodies that we're offering there, and that's really helping hold that hospital rate down. I've talked to several people that got it, and within a day or two, they're feeling real chipper after what they've had to go through. The other thing that makes it feels like we're really in the right direction, I think we've cracked the 70% now of people that have had both doses of the vaccine, which is good. I think we're at 70.4, something like that. And then the other good sign is that President Biden today has made some announcement that people with over 100 workers are going to be required to be vaccinated. Roughly 17 million workers at healthcare facilities that receive Medicaid or Medicare will have to get vaccinated. It still amazes me that there's I don't know, 10, 20% of healthcare workers that have not been vaccinated. And I think according to the CDC figures now, we've lost 1,700 healthcare workers that have perished because of COVID over the last couple of years. So it just seems like all the things are kind of coming together, and hopefully we're going to be getting out of this.
Oh, and we hope we do, and we need to continue our efforts to move that in the right direction. So thank you very much, Judge. Before we go to questions, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Jacob.
All right, County Judge Nelson Wolf there sounding more positive about this latest surge than he has in a long time, saying he seems like things are coming together and he is more confident we are heading in the right direction. That 7-day moving average has now fallen below 1,000 for the first time in quite a while, 983 cases over a 7-day moving period.
However, the bad news, 21 new deaths announced today. That puts us over 4,000. We are now at 4,017 since this all began.
Let's turn our attention now to the Weather Center to focus on what's going on outside. Adam Caskey, it is hot. It is Thursday. I'm sure you got lots to say about both.
Of course. Actually, a special shout out on this Thursday. We're going to give a special shout out. It's going to be a good one. Yes, we're going to keep you hanging there, Myra.
All right.
I know you've been looking forward to this all week.
We are in suspense.
And I've got our winner, of course. That comes up later. First, I want to talk about what's been happening today. We still made it well into the 90s, even near 100, especially farther to the west and southwest of San Antonio, the typically warmer locations. We were 5 degrees above average for our high temperature, but our morning low was a little below average earlier today. Let's get to it and talk about what's going to happen in terms of rain chances, and then we'll get back into temperatures. We've got a quiet weather pattern over the state of Texas right now. Big Blue H upper level high over the Four Corners, and with that clockwise flow around it, as always, we're in that northerly flow right now, and it's a dry northerly flow. So when we look at this futurecast, we're looking at the total moisture content of the air. This blue and purple indicates very dry air. But we couldn't even make a cloud today, and we'll be hard pressed to the next couple of days. And that's going to be the case all the way through Saturday. But then this more saturated air over the Gulf of Mexico, that's going to move in on Sunday and into early next week, and that's going to reintroduce some rain chances. And of course, we'll have more clouds in our sky as well. So by Sunday afternoon, a 20% chance, especially closer to the Gulf coastline, and then 30 to 40% chance for the early and middle part of next week. And those odds hinge a little bit on some tropical disturbances out there that are near the Yucatan Peninsula and exactly how that pulls together. But right now we're not expecting any tropical system, just that moisture to move in with some energy. Otherwise, tomorrow, Saturday, 97, nothing but sunshine, but comfortable mornings in the 60s. Humidity is back on Sunday. With it, temperatures in the afternoons closer to the lower 90s, which will last into next week.
Lower 90s, not too bad. Thanks, Adam.
Cool front. Okay. All right, Larry's here. The start of the NFL season finally upon us. The Cowboys have a lot of unanswered questions today.
And one of the biggest questions, how's that defense going to play this year under new defensive coordinator Dan Quinn? They certainly have a tough test tonight with the Bucs, who return all 11 of their offensive starters from last season. Wow. Plus, Brandeis Volleyball is prepping for a very tough opponent. Coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
We're about an hour away from the Cowboys and Buccaneers opening up the 2021 NFL regular season. Dallas defensive coordinator Dan Quinn will make his regular season debut with the boys. He was hired to help fix a very bad defense from a season ago under then DC Mike Nolan. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, who led the boys with 6.5 sacks last season, is all about Coach Quinn.
Dan Quinn, he's a go-getter. He's gonna put his best 11 guys on the field, and he's gonna send them. And that's what I like about him. He's in attack mode. I'm in attack mode. So, sure, we want to get it.
On paper, the Cowboys have an explosive offense. Bucs quarterback Tom Brady was asked if that puts any extra pressure on Tampa's offense to score points.
Whether they score or not, we feel like that's our job. We're not. Coach doesn't put us out there to punt, so we want to go out there and we want to score points too. So they're going to move the ball. They're going to have some yards, and our defense, we both have to do a good job in the red area. It's always about points. You win or lose based on points. They do a good job moving the football, and if they score, we got to score too. We're going to try to score every time we have the ball.
Tampa Bay will host Dallas tonight at 7:20. Dallas is 0-5 versus Tom Brady. Sunday afternoon, the Tyrod Taylor era will officially kick off for the Houston Texans. Head coach David Culley publicly announced Taylor as a starter Monday. QB Deshaun Watson, who's dealing with legal issues, is still on the 53-man roster, but is expected to be a healthy scratch on game days. Now, Texans starting right offensive tackle Charlie Heck is out after testing positive for COVID-19. Kick is noon Sunday at NRG Stadium. Turning to girls high school volleyball, the Brandeis Broncos are once again one of the top teams in the area. The Broncos are 27-2 overall and 2-1 in District 28-6A, one of the toughest districts around. They beat Churchill 3-0 Tuesday night. The Broncos are led by best friends and TCU volleyball commits Carly Ferris and Jalen Gibson. They make up 2 of the 10 seniors on the roster. That's a lot of experience. Being a senior leader is cool, but can also be bittersweet.
Honestly, I'm really excited. I do get sad sometimes because it is almost over, but I'm ready for the next level, so I'm just taking everything in.
Your mindset changes as a senior. You come in every day and you're like, we are not messing around today. We're gonna get better. We're gonna work harder. And not that it wasn't like that before, but it's like, this is my senior year and we're not gonna play any games. Like, we're gonna get stuff done and we have a goal. And our goal is to be at state in November. And so we definitely just have that mindset this year, especially as a senior.
Brandeis is getting ready to face the Reagan Rattlers in a huge District 28-6A showdown. Reagan is 28-5 overall and first in District at 4-0. This is definitely going to be a heavyweight contest.
It's definitely going to be a good game. It's going to be a lot of good volleyball on both sides, and we are going to work every single day to get better for the things we need to do. And we're going to focus on our specific weak spots that we need to work on to be able to push through and hopefully take the game.
I'm really excited, honestly. Our team, we're preparing for it right now. We're really excited, ready to see what happens, so yeah.
Reagan's a great team. They're very young, so we're going to have to go ahead and execute how we know to and not play a mental game, but really get after it and take care of business.
Brandeis and Reagan will play tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. at Littleton Gym. It's the first meeting between the two sides since last year's Class 6A regional final, which Reagan won in 4 sets.
The battle of the heavyweights.
Yes.
Thank you, Larry.
You got it.
Our KSAT Q&A is coming up next. They are such a vital resource to our community and have played a critically important role over these last 18 months during this pandemic. The San Antonio Food Bank. And today we have President and CEO of the Food Bank, Eric Cooper, joining us to talk about the efforts of your organization, not only because of the pandemic, but right now the Food Bank is helping out Hurricane Ida victims. I know we've covered that just a few days ago, talking about the food bank loading up trucks to send supplies over to Louisiana. So talk about how the food bank is able to do that.
Well, Myra and Tim, just thank you for having me on tonight. And we are so humbled. You know, we fight the daily disaster of poverty. And when a natural disaster occurs, we're responding to that too. And with Hurricane Ida, families throughout Louisiana have just been devastated. And so it's our privilege to work with many donors who want to help out. And so as those donations have been staged here in San Antonio, our volunteers have been processing those donations, and many truckloads, in fact, a total of 10 semi-truckloads will have been shipped to the Gulf Coast to help victims of Hurricane Ida. We just want to thank our city for just helping a neighbor in need. And that's what we do here in San Antonio, and we do it well. And it's been incredibly inspiring to watch.
While you're able to help out our neighbors in need, there is still an awful lot of need here. I remember last year at the beginning of the pandemic, it was national news. We saw the long car lines of people waiting to get to the food bank to get some food. What have we seen in the past year, year and a half for the amount of people that still need your help?
Well, Tim, thank you for asking. And, you know, the demand doubled, going from 60,000 people a week to 120,000 people a week. And at the start of the summer, we were trending in the right direction, dropping to about 90,000 people a week. But with the variant spike and schools struggling to keep their doors open and feed kids, we're starting to see the need again creep back up. And, you know, it's been our volunteers, it's been our food donors, and it's been those that have financially given that have helped us have the supply. And I think the stress is just making sure we have the right amount of food to be able to meet that need as the demand is up at the level it is, and that hopefully as the economy strengthens, the demand will start to decrease and we can catch a little bit of a break here in our Alamo City.
You know, we have seen, you talk about the schools that may be struggling. We have seen some schools have to shut down for longer periods of time or shut down specific schools because of COVID-19. And a lot of people may not think about the impact that has when it comes to food for a family. So what has the food bank seen as a result of instances like that?
Well, Myra, for a parent, there's nothing more devastating than having their child go hungry. And the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program does a great job. Our schools have truly moved well out of the cafeteria and into classrooms, into their parking lots, as they've been trying to make sure kids don't miss those meals in environments where they've had to move to virtual learning. But still, there's a gap. And so for those parents that are struggling, they can go to our website at safoodbank.org or call our helpline at 210-431-8326. We want to make sure that they are able to nourish their families. And again, thank those that have been supporting us to make sure no child goes hungry.
Eric, September is a big month. It's a month where we focus on the hunger and the needs that are out there in our community. How can people help out this month and just any time during the year? What is the greatest need? How can they help?
Well, September's Hunger Action Month, and it's important that people learn about the issue, that they understand the essential need for nourishment, but how poverty plays a role in making people food insecure. That means not knowing where their next meal is coming from. And with that knowledge, we hope families and individuals take action and join us in this fight against hunger. The big things that we need right now are volunteers. All ages welcome, everybody can serve. And so please take the opportunity to volunteer. If you can make a financial contribution or donate a food item, those go a long way. And if you just share this news story, use your social media to get the word out about the need at the San Antonio Food Bank and how we've been responding, that would go a long way in helping us feed South Texas.
Hunger Action Month, the month of September. Can you talk a little bit about the issue of hunger in our community? What does that look like? Is it typically, is it geographical? Is it related to, the age of a person? Give us a glimpse of somebody who your organization is helping out.
Well, thank you, Myra. For us, there's a disproportionate amount of children and seniors that struggle with food insecurity, but a typical profile is a parent. She's female and she's working. She's doing everything she can to make ends meet. And in the pandemic, she was pushed just over the edge, right? I always think that our client, she's always gone to work sick. She had to, because if she didn't get the hours to pay her rent. In the pandemic, we don't want her coming to work sick because she'll get her coworkers or customers sick, but she's stuck. She has to pay her rent. She's trying to balance all of that. And so oftentimes she and her family will lean on the food bank to make sure they have food on the table. And it's that exchange of, now I've got food so I can use that money I would have spent on rent. And those choices are tough for so many families throughout our community. And this pandemic has just exposed how many families live on the edge. And I think we as a city could do a whole lot more to make sure those that are most vulnerable are strengthened so that we can ultimately nourish our city.
Hunger is definitely a need that knows no season. Eric Cooper, President and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank. You guys are always there. We thank you so much for what you do for the community.
Tim, thank you. And y'all have a good night.
You as well.
You too, sir.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. A few issues out there on the roads here, especially on the east side. Still have that issue there, Loop 410 at Perrin Vital. But wanted to tell you about some construction that's happening tonight. This in just a little bit, in about 20 minutes. Ramp closure on Loop 410 southbound to Rigsby. Also the left lane on the southbound frontage road. That starts at 7, runs through 5 a.m. doing some road widening work in that area. Get off at Houston to take the frontage road down at that. to Rigsby there from Loop 410. Again, one more night for this. This is the Loop 410 closure for the week. Loop 1604, closure for the week between I-10 and Bandera Road through tomorrow morning. Then that starts up again Sunday night. Most of these closures are weekend-only closures. So major delays there, though, at 1604, at least for this time of day. 281 to Bandera, half an hour, a little more than half an hour, only 15 minutes going the other way. So keep that in mind if you are traveling on the northwest side this evening. Finally, we mentioned Loop 410 had some issues there on the north side particularly. This is here at Loop 410 at 281. You see those crews there, some slow traffic. So watch out for that this evening, guys.
Thanks, Samuel. Look outside with live cam this evening. Adam said we couldn't make a cloud earlier today, and that's what this picture is, not one in sight.
Yeah, our air is just so dry from the ground all the way up tens of thousands of feet that it's pretty challenging to even develop a cloud. That'll be the case the next couple of days. As for this evening, 95 now, but quickly falling off into the 80s in just a couple of hours. And by 10 o'clock, we'll be near 80 degrees. Tomorrow morning, another refreshing start to the day. Earlier today was the coolest reading we've had since June 5th. These below average morning temperatures are going to continue for a couple of days. We'll chat about that, our next rain chances, and a little area in the tropics we're watching coming right up.
Adam Caskey likes to make fun of me when I work these night shifts that I don't get up early enough, but I will have you know, sir, I woke up plenty of time to enjoy that cool weather this morning.
I'm glad because it was unique.
It was.
When we get these first cool, I mean, they're nothing like fall mornings, but when you wake up to nothing but 70s and high humidity, and then you get that break. You step outside, it's in the 60s, and you notice it, you feel it. Yeah, you just embrace it. Even this afternoon wasn't all that bad, 97, but very low humidity. Now, the low humidity is going to last just 2 more days through Saturday. And we've been experiencing the coolest morning temperatures since early June. So the coolest temperatures in 3 months, really. Rain chances, they're back as we get into next week with an overall shift and change in our weather patterns. Let's start with temperatures, then we'll get into everything else and what we're watching in the tropics. 95 at the moment. Dew point, though, 55. That's the key. So the heat index is actually a little bit lower than the actual air temperature. You look at dew points and they're mainly in the 50s, so it's a nice break from that thick humidity we've been experiencing for months straight. And this is a result of that drier air I was talking about. From the ground all the way up, we've got this lack of moisture in the air, and that drier air mixes down in the afternoon. And it gives us a big break in the humidity, and that's going to be the case all the way through Saturday, especially for the afternoon hours. Temperature-wise, upper 80s to near 90 in the hill country. Rock Springs 90, Fredericksburg 89, Del Rio at 102, Cotulla 101, and 96 currently in Pleasanton. But let's fast forward. Tomorrow morning, get ready for low 60s in the hill country. I even think we'll have some upper 50s in parts of the hill country. That would not shock me. Eagle Pass about 66 along with Canyon Lake. Tomorrow in Hondo 67. Leon Springs 65, Elmendorf 68. So it's going to be another refreshing, actually unseasonably cool start to the day. Our average low is 71, and we'll mostly be in the mid 60s in the morning tomorrow. Same goes for Saturday. So if you like that early morning long run on Saturdays, that long bike ride, or you just need to get some yard work done, Saturday morning's a good time to do it. Unless you wake up when Tim normally does. Kidding. Not kidding. Tim,
need
such
beauty
a good
sleep,
sport.
man.
Hey, I don't blame you. I love sleeping in myself. It's great. And I shouldn't be one to talk my wife if she's watching right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's sleeping in? How does that work?
Yeah, Myra, yours are still so young. You don't know what that's like.
No, I don't.
So you're really enjoying these mornings. These mornings are for Myra, Tim. These mornings are for Myra.
Thank you, guys.
That's what they're for here. Upper level high over the Four Corners. So that gives us that northerly flow aloft, and it's that dry northerly flow. So this futurecast shows moisture content of the atmosphere. And we've got the dry air streaming in from the north. The saturated air, that tropical air, is confined to the Gulf of Mexico through Saturday. Then the winds shift and it moves back overhead on Sunday, giving us a slight chance of rain Sunday afternoon, especially closer to the Gulf Coast. And then some enhanced rain chances into early next week. But there's really this pivotal factor here, and it's this cluster of thunderstorms. There's this upper level energy that we're expecting from the Western Caribbean and the Yucatan to move into the Gulf of Mexico and eventually make it to Texas. Right now, we're not expecting any big organized system, but there could be some further development over the next several days before we get into about Monday, Tuesday timeframe. If even just a surface low pressure system develops and organizes that rain and that cluster of storms a little bit more, then the rain would be more localized in a few spots. If it stays unorganized, then it would spread the love out and more of us, it'd be more widespread. So for now, we're giving it about a 30 to 40% chance in terms of those showers. Starting the day tomorrow, and that, by the way, is Monday into next week. 66 in the morning tomorrow, even cooler in the hill country. By the afternoon, sunny and 97, east wind at 5 to 10. And as usual, farther west and southwest of town, back up to the century mark at Del Rio, 102. Cotulla right near 100 tomorrow afternoon. And once that humidity returns, we'll have more clouds and our afternoon temperatures will be dropping a bit. At that point, down closer to 90. But of course, it's a trade-off. You have the extra humidity that's back in place in warmer mornings.
Okay, you've kept us in suspense.
Yes, we've been hanging here by our fingertips.
Well, this is actually very special, okay?
Okay.
I don't know if you remember 2 years ago in July 2019, I surprised Mama Kelly, Peggy, on her 85th birthday with a homemade thermometer. And it was such a wonderful experience. I actually recently just heard from her daughter, and Mama Kelly was recently moved to an assisted living facility, and during the move, she was very adamant in particular about one thing, and that was the thermometer making it to her new home with her. And that just touches my heart. So happy to hear from her daughter. And Mama Kelly, we know you're watching. We're thinking of you. We wish you the best, and just makes me even happier to be making these thermometers and giving them to folks. And, you know, it's a labor of love, and I'm glad others love it as well.
Oh, that was worth the wait.
That's very sweet.
Right? Mama Kelly, we're thinking of you. That was such a fun day, too. Pre-COVID, you know, went inside, surprise, happy birthday. We're all hugging. We're all next to each other. It was just great.
The good old days.
Yeah, right? They'll be back. All right, today's winner. We've got Amelia Garza of San Antonio. I just sent you an email a little bit ago with all the information. So the Amelia Garza, who just recently got my email. You can go to ksat.com/thermometer to enter the drawing.
All right. Thanks, Caskey. In case you missed it, coming up next.
Here's today's in case you missed it.
It is beautiful out there. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, the 9th of September. 3 this morning on the southwest side near Highway 90 and Loop 1604. And that's where the sheriff's office says 2 men opened fire at deputies hitting their vehicle. Deputies chased the 2 suspects, eventually caught up with them and took them into custody. Well, it's got a funny name, but it's no laughing matter. It's called Operation Taste the Rainbow. The goal to go after drugs and guns. The multi-agency operation already put 20 people behind bars, and just yesterday, another 15 were arrested, including one woman right here in San Antonio. It took place, as we said, in San Antonio. Julie Ann Cifuentes, who also goes by the name Juicy, is accused of helping a group of people distribute meth. Court documents reveal her among co-defendants as someone who goes by the name Skittles.
We have new video, fiery video of a crash that killed one person in Seguin and sent another to the hospital this morning. This is the video that was sent to us by a KSAT viewer. Right now, we're working to learn the name of the person who died in this crash. According to Seguin police, the crash happened around 7 in the morning along I-10 and FM 725.
After he shot at his neighbor during a fight last night, Jose Alberto Gonzalez was arrested at a home in the 1700 block of Santa Rita Street yesterday. That's not far from Roosevelt and Loop 410. San Antonio police say the 18-year-old victim was grazed by a bullet fired by Gonzalez after Gonzalez allegedly challenged that victim to a fight. The victim is expected to make a full recovery. Gonzalez is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Welcome back. Still keeping our eye on some things. This is Loop 410 on the northeast side. Still have a situation there. You're down to 9 miles per hour in that area approaching Perrin Vital. So watch out for that this evening. Taking a look at I-35 on the northeast side to downtown, 10 to 11 minutes. Some slowdowns just past the AT&T Center. I hear there's a concert or something like that tonight. And this is 35 in New Braunfels. That is looking a little better, but this, Adam, is still looking pretty bad. 281 at 410. Watch out for the ramp closure there.
Ooh, alrighty. So temperature-wise, tomorrow morning, it's going to feel great. Relative to what we've been experiencing over the past 3 months. 60s to start the day tomorrow. So if you like to exercise in the morning, you're going to love it. And then by the afternoon, we make it well into the 90s again. 97 Uvalde and San Antonio, 93 Kerrville and Fredericksburg, and closer to 100 as you get near the Rio Grande. Stonoke about 96, Elmendorf 98. Rain chances back late Sunday and especially early next week.
I'll be up to experience those 60s. Thanks for watching.